Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. Today's question: my coworker makes sarcastic comments towards me. What should I do? Stick around as we unbox the answer to this question. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach, and welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. I'm your host, Dr. Robert Davis. So glad that you've joined us today. Want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. That's right, like, subscribe, and share. And then check out in the description link ways that you can partner with and support Unboxed. Today is Manic Mondays. This is the day when we focus in on workplace relationships. And I know we did some of that yesterday as we were talking about church relationships. We talked about church employees, but today we're going to focus exclusively on workplace relationships. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Amanda from North Carolina asked, I have a coworker who makes sarcastic and belittling statements about me and my work. I've tried ignoring her, but it's really starting to get on my nerves. What should I do? My coworker's making these belittling statements, sarcastic statements, and I'm going to add in, even though she didn't say this, snide comments about me, and it's getting on my last nerve. What should I do? Well, there's always the option of giving her a good jab right in the mouth. And I'm from Southeast Washington, D.C., so I have learned to become conscious and cautious about what I say, because over the years living in DC, I've said things, got punched in the mouth, and then had to settle them in other ways. So I've learned, you know what? I don't like getting punched in the mouth. So I'm going to be a little more cautious about what I say. Now, here's the flip side to that. You may end up getting arrested. You may end up going to jail. So I tell you what, let's just, since you don't work on Wheeler Road in Southeast DC, then let's just go ahead and take that option off the table and see if we can unbox the solution another way. How about that one? All right, we'll try another different way. On a serious note, let's go ahead and jump into this. I want you to begin to think through with me some quick questions that I think is going to really help you to answer this. And the first one is, are you giving her too much control, Amanda? Amanda, are you giving her too much control in this relationship? And what I mean by that is, how much control, and I don't want you just to think about your relationship with your coworker, but I want you to think in general. How much control do you allow people's words and impression of you to have over your feelings? How much are you impacted and affected by what people think and what people say about you? And I want you to just look at different aspects. I don't know if if you're a church goer or things of that nature, but think about, when people at church say something negative about me, this is how much impact it has on me. Kind of like nurses use in the hospital on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain. So if it causes you a lot of pain, let's put that on a 10. If you can just ignore it and don't even faze you, let's put that at a 1. So I just want you to think about, people who you are in relationship with. I really want you to think through this. People who you are in relationship with, how much impact do the way that they think or the way that they speak about you really influence the way that you feel? Because part of becoming more emotionally mature is really getting to a place where you understand that you cannot control what other people think or feel. And so you're going to just be the best that you can be because you're going to be the best that you can be, not because you want to influence people's thoughts or influence people's words. You're just going to be it because that's what you're going to be. So I just want you to think through that one. I think that's very important. So looking at all of the relationships and also your workplace relationships, how much control do people have over your thoughts and over your words? So are you giving her too much control is the first one. The second one, and I'm going to ask my tech guy, leave them up there for the whole time that I'm talking through it so they can continue to see it remain on the screen. So don't take it off the screen screen till I go to the next point. All right, so are you giving her too much control is the first one. Here's the second one, and I got this one from Dr. Denise Davis. It's a pretty woman that I'm living with. Her name is Dr. Denise Davis, and gorgeous and extraordinarily intelligent. I mean, I hit the jackpot on this one. And this is what Dr. Denise Davis says. She says, teach people how to treat you. This is something that she said over the years, and it really resonates with me. Teach people how to treat you. And another way of kind of saying that is set healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries. And I want to get in more specific in what we're talking about when I say teach people, or when Denise says teach people how to treat you. And with your coworker, I want you to begin to assume that no one has ever taught her the skill of how to speak in a professional and polite manner. And then I want you to begin teaching her. I mean, think about it like this. You are responsible for training her on a particular function at work. And the function is how she's going to communicate with you. So you're going to develop an orientation class just for her. Today's orientation class is how to communicate with Amanda. And you're going to sit down with her and tell her, this is the way that I need to be communicated with. This is the inappropriate way. And I'm saying it like this, but you don't want to come to her in a sarcastic, condescending manner, because that's the way that she's coming at you. But I want you to put that in your mindset. Let's just take for instance, or take for granted, that she doesn't know how to communicate with you. So what you want to do is instruct her on how to communicate with you. And I know the first question in your mind is, and if she doesn't change, well, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. But let's first try to educate her. Let's try to explain to her, this is the way that I want to be spoken to. This is what I consider to be inappropriate. Statements like this are inappropriate. Interactions like this are unacceptable. I don't interact with people like that, and I don't allow others to interact with me like that. And this is the way that I want to be. So as we always talk about here on Unboxed, make sure that you think through, even role play with yourself or with someone else, how you're going to approach this, so that you've kind of thought it through, so that you don't run in there, reacting off of emotions, but rather that you're at a very good place, so that when you have this conversation with her, you don't know whether she's going to be calm or whatever. She may go off the deep end, and I've seen cases where coworkers start to cry. Oh, I can't believe that you said I treat you like that. I don't know. And that's not even your concern. Your concern is only with how you manage yourself. So, think it through, get your words, your thoughts and stuff together, just like you would if you were doing a real orientation class, and then share those things with her. And here's the last thing. While teaching her to communicate with you, and this is part of the orientation, don't speak for others. And this is really, because there may be others on the job who have given you that look like, girl, there she goes again. Or, man, I wish she would talk to me like that. Or there may have been people who just outright told you, man, she don't know how to talk to folk, man. Somebody gonna cuss her out one day. Somebody gonna punch her in the mouth one day, whatever, one of those type of statements. So that there are others who are thinking and believing this way, but you're not there to speak for them. If they got an issue, then they need to deal with that issue themselves. Only thing you can do, and this is something that Edwin Friedman, a wonderful therapist who talked about how to translate family systems into the workplace and the church place. He says, attend to self. You can't take on other people's issues. This is how I want you, Madam Coworker or Mr. Coworker, to talk with me. I'm not here to tell you about how other people feel and think. And she may say, well, are there other people who feel this way? You need to have those conversations with others. I am here simply to speak on my own behalf. It's not your responsibility to speak for others. They can speak for themselves. Again, this class is on how to communicate with Amanda, not everyone else at the job. Unless you are the HR director, then it's not your job to teach folk how to be appropriate with other people, how to be non-racist with other people. It's not your responsibility to teach people how to communicate with others. It's your responsibility to set those boundaries and say, hey, this is how I expect for you to communicate with me. This is what I'm going to expect for me. And setting those healthy boundaries are phenomenal. And again, she may have a meltdown. She may choose to ignore it, but let's do the first part first. And then after we get through this, send me another email and say, hey, I tried it, or send me or reach us on our website, which is right here on the screen. Reach out on our website or direct message us on Facebook or whatever and say, hey, I'm Amanda. I tried these things. It didn't work. What should I do now? She had gone to a whole nother level of her ignorance, whatever it may be. And then we'll talk about how we proceed from there. Listen, I'm so glad that you tuned in today. This again is Manic Monday, so welcome back to work. I hope that you have a productive and happy work week. Do me one quick favor. Make sure that you make sure that you subscribe if you're following us on YouTube, and make sure that you share so that someone else can get this valuable information and can have access to these resources. And guess what? I'm going to see you again tomorrow night as we look to unbox all the power and the potential of healthy relationships. Take care.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.